A warm welcome to all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for watching our videos, writing in your queries, and giving your suggestions and your esteemed comments. So, today we have with us, continuing on Gemini, Chandrakant Sharma ji. Sir, pranam to you.
Pranam beta.
Sir, we have ventured so far into Gemini and we've talked about Swamsha. So, sir, once more, because every time we have people asking what is Swamsha, though we
Yeah.
do write it, but then once more from your side, sir,
Yeah.
what is?
Yeah. Swausha, see, it has many meanings. You will find sometimes the word Karakansha is used, sometimes Swausha is used. In the sutras as well as even in Parashara, the magnum opus as we call it, the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, at many other places. Now the difference is small but important. Swausha means being placed in own ansha.
Right.
Who is going to be placed in own ansha is the Atmakaraka. Which Atmakaraka? The Chara Atmakaraka.
Hmm.
Chara Atmakaraka means Atmakaraka which is variable.
Hmm.
Variable not in the sense of it varies its nature, but in the sense that we have got something called as Thira Atmakaraka or the fixed Atmakaraka, which is
Right.
always Sun.
Right.
Sun is supposed to be the Atmakaraka.
Right.
Here, the concept which is introduced in Jaimini Sutras and in Parashari and everywhere else is something called as a Chara Atmakaraka.
Right.
The logic is how can all type of people have only one Atmakaraka? Why should
Right.
only one planet be very important to give him the self-confidence and everything? Because Atmakaraka is not Atmakaraka as is always pronounced. That is because of the way Sanskrit is pronounced when written in the Latin script. So we always add A to make a word complete. And then it is pronounced as A, like Rama we call instead of Ram, which is the correct pronunciation. So Atma is self. Atmakaraka is self-confidence, the indicator of your self-confidence. Whatever structure, rather the strength of a structure. That is why sun also rules the bones. See,
Yes.
ultimately everything else is, out of
Right.
the, everything is put on the bone structure that is our body. Isn't it? I mean, the flesh and the skin and everything and all those different, uh, sort of, hand and eyes and nose, everything is put on the basic structure of nose. You look at the external structure.
Hmm.
We look at the external structure. We never understand what is making it stand or making
Right.
it hard or strong.
Right.
So, having understood this, then the next step comes that if a planet is in a rasi or sign for a longer time, the idea is that then that particular planet will perhaps have more say or would modify the way that person thinks or acts. This is the basis of the Charakaraka system according to my understanding. I mean,
Right.
everybody has, because nobody has explained why, but this is how I look at it. That is why Saturn, the great Saturn about whom everybody is scared and who is said to bring major changes in life, the idea again is the same. He is in one side for 2.5 years.
Hmm.
So he has a bigger influence. Jupiter is there for 1 year. He has a bit less of an influence. And Mars for 45 days, but sometimes when he gets what we call as Stambhana, steady, then
Right.
he is in that Rashi for, appears to be in that Rashi for a longer time. So
Period of
his
time.
influence
Kuja
is there.
Stamban.
That is
Yes.
why
Kuja.
all these planets have got three aspects. They have got more energy, so they can influence three places.
Right.
Other planets only can influence the sign in
Directly.
front of it, the
Right.
180 degrees away. So this is the concept. Now, this now how does it come? So you see maximum number of degrees that are passed in a sign. That is the basis. Then look where it is in Navamsha. Where is his own Ansha? Ansha in astrology is generally referred to for actually either Navamsha or Dwadashamsha. When only the word Ansha is used, it usually means Navamsha. So Swamsha At least I feel should be seen in the Navamsha Rashi occupied in the Navamsha chart.
Right.
Whereas Karakansha is that the Ansha of the Karaka, that is the Navamsha of the Karaka, that sign taken to the Rashi chart.
Right.
That will perhaps be the Karakansha. This is my understanding. And as I always say that I am also learning with all of you, and at least till I want to be student forever in my life. And let us all learn together. And once concepts are clear, then I don't think there would be any necessity to give the famous example charts. I hope so, but I try to do that sometime. And so this is the idea. Now that is taken as the reference point.
Right.
Like we generally look at bhavas from the point of view of lagna, the ascendant.
Right.
Here, what the sage is doing is looking at it from the point of view of reference point is the swamp. So we look at the D9 chart as it is called nowadays, that is the Navamsha chart, and from that Swamsha position, we look at the houses. And you will find there is a great similarity between what uh, attribute is given to a house which is as much distant from the ascendant as the same thing is given to the house as much distance from the Swamsha also. So now we will be going into, we have seen what happens when a planet is in the second or in the 10th from this function. You will see again the same thing, either the wealth or the way you earn wealth or your career is indicated. The earlier, if I mean somebody wants to look at it, they will understand. And here, now we will be going into a place where from the function, that is the placement of the Chara Atmakaraka, the planet which has traversed maximum number of degrees, irrespective of the Rashi involved. So not the 160 degrees, 30 degrees only amongst that. In case of Rahu, you deduct the degrees from 30 degrees because he enters in the reverse direction.
Right.
So that planet has to spend more time, more degrees in that. And we see what happens in the ninth Rashi or Bhava from the source.
Swash.
According to, say, Jaimini, which is also indicated by Kalidasa in Uttar Kalamrut, Krishna Mishra, and so many more. There are many texts on this Jaimini Sutra
Okay.
and many commentaries also of great people.
Okay.
We are nobody, I mean, at least I am nobody in comparison to them, but I also my own way of trying to fathom what is being said. And that is what I would like to share with you. So now we are looking at Samesh Shubha Drug Yoga Va. Same is to be, encrypted. It is an encryption, Katapayadi encryption. It has to be unencrypted. So Same means 9 because you have to go like, Yara, lava, sa, sha,
Yeah. We
and
did. We did
seven,
get the
so
Payadi.
7, and then ma comes. So and you reverse it and divide by 12. So you get 9.
Hmm.
धर्मनित्यः सत्यवादी guru bhaktascha. If the ninth from the Swamsha, that is the Navamsha occupied by
Atmakaraka.
Chara Atmakaraka.
Chara Atmakaraka.
Otherwise, in astrology, when we say Atmakaraka, we generally
Sun. Yeah.
indicate Sun. So here Chara Atmakaraka. At that place, if benefics aspect or occupy that ninth bhava, then this fellow will uphold his duty. Dharmanitya, people say that he will do religious things, then it will not be religious things at all, as understood by us Hindus, because this is a science which is applicable universally.
Right.
So let us not harm. So, and then what is dharma is dharayati iti dharma. That which is worthy of being upheld is called dharma. This is the definition of dharma. So, though we nowadays connect it with religion, religion is also one of the duties cast upon us. So, religion is not wrong, but I at least read Dharma Nityaha. He always follows his duties, in which even religious duty will be included. Satyavadi, one who always speaks truth,
Truth.
which is the most difficult thing in this yuga.
Yes.
So, but let me not divert from the topic. And Guru Bhaktasya, he is devoted to his preceptor.
Right.
We know that ninth house, even otherwise, is the house of Guru.
Yeah.
It is also called house of Dharma. So now we can understand the logic behind it. I always go by the theory that unless we understand the logic, we will never be able to apply the things which are given to us.
Absolutely, sir. I totally agree.
So, so, so this is how it goes. Obviously, if benefits are aspecting, there would not be anything else. And then we go to the next sutra, which says, Anyatha papaya hai. If malefics so occupy or aspect the ninth house from the Swamsha, then it will be the other way around. That means he will not follow his rightful duties. That doesn't mean he doesn't follow duties. They may be wrong duties according to his perception might be wrong. He might not speak truth or might not always speak truth. Always because other planets aspecting that will also modify this.
Exactly. So my
We
question is,
have seen in
suppose,
earlier the Shubha Drushte Tan Nivrutti.
yeah.
So even if malefics are aspecting and a benefic is also aspecting. Now we have to understand we are looking at the Namasha,
Hmm.
where to my mind we should look at the Rashi aspects.
Right.
Otherwise we will always make a mistake in, for the simple reason that aspects are given in degrees
Right.
by the great Parashara.
Okay.
In
Oh,
Namansha, it is not necessary that a planet has to be 180 degrees for it to occupy the Namansha opposite the one occupied by a planet in the Namansha Rashi. It could be exactly in the next 7 degrees or 8 degrees. The eighth Namansha from whatever the planet is. Or another planet within the same Rashi to appear to be in the seventh from the Namansha Rashi.
right.
So please understand. I enjoy an problem because what happens is we many a times astrologers have at least I had that tendency when I was young, which is of course long into the past, and even now I am not
Old.
become exactly detached from it, but yeah, I try to understand it better. So these things we have to remember. So ninth house, if it has malefic aspects, let us put it like this: by conjunction or aspect, then he would exactly be opposite of the Dharmanitya, one who always follows his duties, Satyavadi, the truthful, and devoted to the preceptor.
Sir, one thing I would like to ask here.
Yeah, yeah,
Sir, supposing somebody has benefic sitting there, malefic aspecting, or malefic sitting there, benefic aspecting,
yeah.
then the case here would be definitely modified.
Yeah, 100% it will be modified. See, what can happen is another thing we have to understand. Once having understood this, what we should learn from this is basically a variation or a different angle to look at things. It is not different from the traditional astrology. We have to understand it. So what happens? Suppose ninth house from the Swamsha has a Rashi aspect or actual presence also of a benefic. So he will follow all those things which are necessary. Now a malefic is also aspecting there. There are two possibilities. We must understand that this is a science of high level of probability.
Hmm.
So say Mars is aspecting that house. Either his preceptor might be somebody who likes to show off things. Show
Hmm.
off not necessarily in the bad way. Some people dress in a particular fashion to show that they are, the gurus. So some people have a sense of dress, let us put it this way. So in that way, I'm saying.
Or they could have a
Or he
harsh
would be
speech.
he would be pretty harsh,
Yes.
or he would be following great logic. He might not give you the instant remedies that everybody desires,
Huh.
that preceptor. He might be telling that disciple that you better approach the problem logically
Right.
because Mars also rules over Nyaya. Nyaya is always translated by Indians nowadays as law. No, Nyaya means logic.
Yeah.
All these things are possible. So never forget that. This person also, if I understand right, would be in a habit of talking about his guru every now and then. Because
Hmm.
that ninth house also has a habit of showing off his own dharma. that I am a religious person, that I always do my
Hmm.
duty. I mean, that person might be given to boasting that also.
Right.
At the same time, sometimes he might even fight with his guru because Mars is a fighter.
Right.
In upholding the truth, he might
Or
fight.
you could get into very logical, strong logical discourses, or
Yeah,
opposite.
certainly have. That is also possible. For that to hear two logical discourses, perhaps that combination has to occur in 11th house, because there is a saying in BPHS or what I have read so many, and I don't have a great memory now, but which says that if 11th house is aspected or occupied by benefics, then he will listen to good things, and if it is aspected by malefics, then he will listen to bad things. Now, this good and bad has to be understood in the perspective. So
Right.
suppose Mars is aspecting the 11th, that person may be given to, listen to what we call I mean, we used to call the rock and roll music. Now what they call it, I don't know. The music which is very loud, isn't it? So,
Right.
so you have to, I mean, because it is said the Kal is important, times are important. This is a
Hmm.
science of understanding time. So as the time moves, the things would get modified. They would not lose their nature, but what we call metal music or whatever is called nowadays. My grandsons sometimes talk about it, so I know a bit of word, but I don't know whether I am using them properly. So the loud music, you may say, they might like that, or they might like to hear from somebody who makes let us say, larger than life sort of stories. You might be wanting to say. So that is 11th house. In ninth, I would say this is the tendency of that person, or his perception of what is right would be like this. Naturally, it extends to his preceptor also. So this is how I would look at it. So this is Anyatha Pape need not necessarily means that he will be a liar. But if Saturn is aspecting, he might be economic with truth, because Saturn likes to hide things.
Right.
Okay, so he might not lie. He might be like Lord Krishna who told Dharmaraja to say Narova Kunjarova.
Ha.
If you don't want to lie, say I don't know whether
It was
son of
elephant.
Dronacharya Ashwatthama is dead,
Or
or an elephant called Ashwatthama is dead.
yes.
So it need not necessarily be bad, because other planets, as you rightly said, would influence it,
Right.
and it is up to us to find out how they might be influencing, because 9 planets are there.
Hmm.
Sometimes they are alone, sometimes they are with each other, sometimes some houses even it doesn't have anything at all. And that is how we should go about it. And remember that personally, I think it would be Rashi Drushtis which would be appropriate here, not
Right.
the Graha Drushtis.
Okay, sir.
So now we go to the next aphorism or sutra.
Shani
Shani
Rahu.
Rahu Bhyam Guru Droha.
Right.
If Saturn and Rahu
Hmm.
both, there is a bam, that is, both have to be there. Sanskrit has a different way of looking. He will not be true to his preceptor. This will be either aspect or occupation.
Question.
Why? Because Saturn generally, now again we go to the traditional astrology and try to find out the logic. Saturn in the ninth house generally is the upholder of orthodoxy and so many things. So he likes it. But the moment Rahu enters, he creates the illusion in the mind of the Jataka, because what is happening is the mind of the Jataka.
Right.
Ah. So, but otherwise, Shani alone there is very good. In Stri Jataka, it is said Shani, without any aspect, without any association in the ninth house, gives the lady to become a Pravajja Dharini, which is an ascetic.
Right.
So, Shani alone, Saturn alone is different, and Saturn with Rahu is different.
Right.
So, here both have to be there. And even if the aspect is there, obviously it has to be Rashi aspects.
Hmm.
So these things we must understand before pronouncing somebody to be a person who deceives his guru. So and guru can be taken in the in the manner of somebody who gives you advice.
Right.
Yeah. So guru need not necessarily always be the spiritual guru. Anybody who teaches you, preceptor is better word perhaps that for that. Next comes Shani Guru Bhyam Guravo Vishwasah. Now here many people might get confused by why Guru is coming, isn't it? But yeah, as is my understanding, and I always have heard that Jupiter occupying a house can cause some damage to that house. Not in a bad way, but there would still be some damage to one of the indicators of the house. Here he says, if instead of Rahu, Jupiter is with Saturn in the ninth house from this function or aspecting it, then he might deceive his Guru. No, there is difference between Guru Droha, which is deceiving the Guru, and not believing in exactly what is being said by the Guru. There is a thin but a big difference. See, I might become your Shishya and filch away your money. That is Guru Droha. Or I might be your student and might not exactly believe in you, exactly what you are saying. I might have my own doubts whether it is right or wrong. So there is a thin line of difference, but it is a big difference. Otherwise, many a times some young boys have asked me what is the difference between the two. One and
No,
say,
no,
I said,
no. I totally understand. Here, you are not doing anything against me. Your
not
sense
at
of
all,
belief
not
is
at all.
with you, is confined to you.
You and I might think in a different manner because Saturn is a thinker anyway.
Hmm.
And Jupiter coming in there would not allow harm to be done, but there would be something different. So he may not exactly trust what his Guru is saying, might have a different way of thinking about it. Because Shani and Guru, Saturn and Jupiter together, does give an inclination towards thinking about things spiritual.
Hmm.
So spirituality will be there, but maybe the way
Uh,
that is suggested by his Guru, he
Sir,
might differ
there can be difference of opinion.
of how to approach the same subject.
It's right. Right.
So let us not jump to conclusion that he will always receive his guru. I mean that is what many a times happened. When I was young, I also used to do that, and then my father would say, "Think about it, read about it, and read less and think more." So so at this age, I have started thinking, and so this is how it is happening. Now, next sutra comes. This is what interests most of the youngsters, especially ladies. I'm sorry, don't feel bad. Tatra gruha, tatra bhrugu angaraka varge paradarika. Now this tatra has one thing which is necessary. Tatra can be also
Yes.
taken to be Katapayadi encryption, and then it will mean second. So then it will mean second bhava from the ninth bhava.
Yeah.
Because the Samay starts, this is a sutra, so it has to come in
We'll
thread.
continue. Yes.
Samay has already broken the earlier sutra of second and tenth from Namansha, I mean Swamsha
Yes.
in the earlier lecture. Here, whether this breaks or he does not break is something to be thought about.
Right.
So I think that it might not break, but it is not impossible. The reason I will. So if the ninth from Swamsha, or as I think is possible, tenth from Swamsha, because
Yes. The second. Yes.
Tatra means second from the Samay, that is
Yes.
the ninth bhava. Because the sutra is continuing. This is all about trust and mistrust.
Right.
The thread we have to understand where the thread breaks. Sometimes thread breaks at Tatra itself. Here it does not. So then, if the division there, I think it should be in what we call the Shadavarga also, but here let us put it the other way around. Suppose ninth from the formation is owned because Varga is a division,
Hmm.
owned by Venus or Mars, then the Jataka would be interested in others' wives, which means he would not be exactly true to his dharma. Because being true to your wife or your husband is the dharma, is the
Hmm.
duty. So
Yes.
Paradarika, Dara is spouse,
Hmm.
others Dara.
Hmm.
That is why I said this interests the youngsters
Very
the
much.
most. I mean, young ladies also go, does he have an affair? Can he have an affair? Can X have? I said, don't worry about affairs. Do your duties and everything will be fine. So, this is the one of these sutra. Here again, we have to understand to take it with a pinch of salt. If again benefits are aspecting or associated with that bhava, the result might be different.
Hmm.
Shubhe Tannivrutti. Remember the earlier shloka. There is a how to interpret sutras. They say when nothing is said or you don't understand, go back and look at other sutras and find out from that how to interpret this sutra. Adrushte sutra and something is the um, aphorism which tells about how to interpret sutra, which is rarely referred to nowadays, but that is how they have to be done. So then what happens next? Dhruva Yoga Bhyam Adhika Bhyam Maranam. So it is not Bhyam Maranam, Amaranam, Bhyam Amaranam till one dies. When Dhruva Yoga Bhyam, if instead of there being only the Varga, the ninth house from this Vamsha, or the 10th house, according to, because what will happen is he will lose his reputation is certain. Isn't it? So I was thinking that even maybe 10th, it might also be applicable to 10th house from this option. Because if you are attached to somebody else's spouse, then today or tomorrow that will come out and you will lose your reputation. So that could also be, that is why I am saying that Tatra could also be considered to be, Katapayadi and second from the ninth. It could also be ninth. Depends. Dhruva Yoga Bhyam, Adhika Bhyam, Amarna. If instead of the Varga, Venus or Mars are so aspecting or occupying the ninth or maybe even the 10th from the Swamsha, then this habit will be there with him till he dies. Amaran, till one dies.
Hmm.
Which means the earlier one, in certain circumstances, perhaps he will not always be, attached to other women. Maybe over time he might leave that habit. So this is the distinction between the two. Uh, so, and if you look at the traditional astrology, also you will find something like that.
It is, sir. Yeah, sir. The many times that the things, the small things that you're pointing out, that because we do not have the experience, probably, or things, that it can easily go by us. But then when we get somebody elder to point small things out to us, it becomes so much more prominent and comes into the eye. Thank you so
You
much.
are very kind. You are
Thank you.
very kind. Uh, I always think that one should approach things, one by because as we know, the way planets move and the way Earth moves, and the way we cast the horoscope. Many people might have similar, what we can say,
The
similar sort of.
configuration, yeah,
Uh,
configuration of the planet.
so you find those small things which are making the difference,
Right.
especially with Moon moving very fast.
Yes.
So in Navamsha, that might change immediately.
Right, sir.
Because we are looking at Rashi aspects,
Right.
isn't it? So I always say, I tell my students, I have very few. They are anyway good astrologers, but mm, I tell them go approach a chart very carefully. If you think something is bad, check it at 3 points minimum. Everywhere it should be bad, then only talk about bad.
Right.
If there is something good, even at one point, tell that good. It is not going to hurt anybody.
Hmm.
You are idiotic talking about something absolutely bad without thinking about it, whether it is supported by two more factors, because I believe in the idea of Trinity and trines. That is why I give importance to trines. At least 3 points have to be there for us to say something very
Beautiful. Yes.
certainly, with a degree
Yes.
of certainty, and again tell them this is subject to your time of birth being accurate,
Right.
especially when it is something negative.
Right.
Because you might spoil somebody's life because of your own,
Miscalculations.
hurry to tell something without going in depth of it.
Right.
Now, what happens is if
Ketu.
in such a case Ketu is there, again Ketu aspecting or yoga and drushti. they are talking about this. So it has to be always the Rashi Drushti. If Ketu comes in, then what happens? Then Pratibandha, this will not happen. That is why I'm speaking at a bit more at length to make this very clear. That all that has been said earlier, if Ketu has some connection with that ninth by aspect of present, then all these negatives will not be there
Right.
because he has a nature of giving up.
Oh,
So he will give up the tendencies also.
right.
So this is something which has to be understood. Guruna Strainaha. If Jupiter is involved, then what happens? I think this Guruna Straina has to happen if Bhrugu and Angaraka, that is Venus
Yeah.
and Mars, are
Mars.
also connected,
Right.
as indicated earlier. There's Straina. He's always, he will do whatever ladies tell him. Straina is not in a bad sense. People you will see, they will listen to what ladies tell them. In Marathi, we say, Bail Veda. Any lady telling him something, he will accept it straight away. I would say it is being polite, so I would not think it is bad. Uh, Not being the typical male chauvinistic pig that ladies are. So I think it is not bad, but Guru Nas Travidha.
Right.
If you listen to wrong lady, then you might land in trouble also.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
that is.
So your counsel may be wrong
So
also.
perhaps this Straina has more of a wrong counsel from a woman being
Right.
accepted without thinking about it.
Right.
So this is how it happened. And we again see Jupiter many a times by his presence creating some issues. And this might be in a way supporting my idea of Jupiter always trying to harm the place he occupies. One of the indications, not all, in a nice way. So
Hmm.
this guy is not, having affairs with ladies. So there is a difference between the two. We have to always, ladies all chant, because if it is a female chant, this would apply to the Paradarika would be somebody else's husband,
Yes.
obviously, because Dara is a,
Means just yes, Dara Karaka can hold true for anybody, the
yeah,
husband or the wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it is always said that if something is not applicable for the lady, then it will be applicable to her husband. If it is not applicable to the husband, then it will be applicable to the lady.
Mhm.
Even in yoga, then how to interpret it, that has already been said. Then we come to the last of the aphorism that we are covering here. Rahuna Artha Nivrutti. If Rahu comes into picture, what happens? He loses money because of his attachment to other women or others' husbands.
Right.
Artha Nivrutti. Artha means
Money,
wealth,
wealth,
and Nivrutti means getting rid of.
lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how the Varga occur, and this is the earlier one we had covered, I think. Now,
Right.
yeah. So here ends the chapter on the ninth from Swamsha. The reason is now we will go to in the next lecture, whenever we get time, we will go for the seventh bhava from the Swamsha.
Right.
Now
So
you
that
see
is an
everything which is very interesting for astrologers or youngsters is coming up. Seventh
right.
bhava is a house of spouse. So how is the spouse and everything will come in. And by the way, if anybody is scared with my beard, this I have grown for the sake of my grandson, who wants to see me in the beard.
No, sir, you're
So,
looking debonair. You're looking debonair with it. So we come to end of this session, and repeating once again, sir has a number of videos on his own YouTube channel, and his blogs are something that all of us should read because they have a lot of knowledge. Not to mention that his books also are a warehouse of knowledge. Till we meet with you again, sir, a warm welcome and thank you.